When it started off with just Bloods and Crips and everybody used to have fights with each other. And then all of a sudden, knives got introduced. Once the knives got introduced, a few years later, guns got introduced. Now it's to the point that there's so many gunplay on the streets, so many young people getting murdered every single day in America from gun crime. And if you guys don't wake up, you guys basically gonna put yourself in a position, and you might even be worse than us in America. And I think anybody that have some common sense or anybody that have any type of right mind, they would never ever want to live in a situation or live in a neighborhood when you walk outside in the morning to go to school, you hear a drive-by shooting 2 blocks away.
Alhamdulillah rabbil alameen, salatu wasalaamu ala rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. As-salamu alaikum wa rahmatulahi wa barakatuh. We're here with the Straight Path. I'm with my brother Fahad, and today we've got a good treat for you guys because we've got a guy here who's come to speak to the Shabab. It's the youth today. In case any of you don't understand the word, but he's going to come and speak to the youth, give you guys some advice and some life lessons from all the experiences that he's been through. The brother's also known as Prince Riz, well, formerly known as Prince Riz. He's known to us as Rizwan, as a dear brother to us, and he's come to speak about how he came from growing up as a Muslim boy, turning away from Islam, becoming probably one of the leaders of a big Asian movement in the whole part, probably the UK, and from now he's turned from that to just a humble brother serving Allah, and alhamdulillah, we're glad to have him with us, and Fahad's going to conduct the interview. As-salamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum, we're here with brother Ridwan, and we're going to talk to him about what he went through growing up and what he was involved in and what he's doing now. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
Are you okay?
Alhamdulillah.
Okay, first question, what was you like growing up and how did you react?
React to my environment.
Yeah.
Well, my environment growing up, I wouldn't say it was really stable because I went to a primary school, Catholic primary school. It was really racist, so for me to fit into that environment, I had to be like a class clown. Otherwise, I wouldn't have really fitted in the environment. So I used to be really naughty and stuff, and so I never used to get great grades. I wasn't aiming for the amazing grades. Every day I used to get verbal abuse, and where I used to live, my house got robbed. My mum's car, my dad's car used to get robbed every other month. So, Canning Town, West Ham, Plaistow, that's how I used to be like there. But alhamdulillah.
So how did you react? Like, when you say naughty, how did you react to all of this? Like all this racism and all this, going through a lot of troubles. Like, how did you behave?
Well, I was just, my mum used to describe me as like Bart Simpson, so I was really naughty within the house as well. So I just used to come home late, hang around on the streets, even as a kid. I was trying my best to go to the masjid and quickly finish the Quran so I don't ever have to go again. And so I did do that. So then I left the masjid at a really young age as well. And I was just hanging on the street. I bought a car when I was like 14 years old, and I was driving in the street. Illegally, of course. I never had a license at all. So I used to go to school in my car and wave at the teachers. And so I was really naughty. I was really naughty as a child.
Was you part of any group or society or to channel your aggression?
Well, I went to the masjid reluctantly at that age. Then I started boxing because I did get racism where I lived. So people there used to call me Paki, Prince. You can edit that if you want. And so then I didn't even know who the hell Prince was. So then everyone said to me, maybe you should join boxing. You've got a lot of energy to waste. So then I joined boxing, and that kind of really calmed me down.
Okay.
And it disciplined me.
So do you think the boxing led you to what you got involved in? Like, did it?
Since I joined boxing, even alhamdulillah, even before, I never really used to take anything from anyone because my dad said to me, if you come home beaten up, I'm going to beat you up first before I deal with the other people. So, I never really took anything from anyone anyway. But then when I joined boxing, I felt like a little bit powerful, a little bit more.
You could handle it.
Yeah, I could handle it even more better. Yeah, so
therefore you had more confidence to go out.
Yeah, I had more confidence, self-esteem, and everything, and I wasn't really fearful of anyone.
Okay, from boxing, that obviously led to the street life. So, I mean, what attracted you to the street life?
To be honest with you, it wasn't necessarily the boxing that led me to that particular life, but it was more of me kind of, the power, the fame, and the money, the cars, and everything that comes with it. That kind of attracted me. So we made light work of it anyway. We made it look easy. So we was doing it, and then I came into college, and we used to kind of fight racism. But there was other movements out there that used to target only Asians. So then we become the counter movement of kind of fighting them off. So where they used to come and rob people, and the victims would come up to us and say, look, we got robbed by a particular gang or whatever. So then we would go with that victim and get their phone back. So then from that, where we become from like defending an individual or a few individuals, we become part of a really humongous like movement from that point. And it just escalated, and it went out of control, I would say.
When you say escalated, what did it lead to? Like, you don't have to mention exactly what, but what kind of stuff did it lead to?
It led to things that we were doing, which was obviously not correct. It led to our egos kind of becoming humongous, where we started to rival each other as well. So where we started off as equals, we started to think secretly that, I started to secretly think that, I'm better than my own friend, or I'm making more money than my own friend. So in my head, I used to be like, you know what, I'm a bigger guy than him. Astaghfirullah. So that was the ego which become humongous, or like wherever he got, I wanted to get as well, and I did get it as well. And most of us, we were like rivals. We wasn't really friends, So jokes started to become serious as well. We couldn't joke with each other.
So therefore, your arrogance led to not really love between brothers.
No, not really.
It was more like, it's all about me, selfishness.
Yeah, very, very much so. Yeah.
And that's obviously from the money, from the cars. That's what it brings.
Yeah.
So okay.
Yeah. And my car got blown up as well, and people said it was members from your own circle of friends. So 3 of our cars got blown up as well. At that time.
So from attaining this money, cars, women, how did you feel, and like what did it do to you? What achievements did you get from it?
Achievements, I would say, obviously fame and everything. Wherever we went, sometimes they wouldn't even like let us pay the bill. In like stuff for like certain nightclubs, like we were like the guest of honor, and certain celebrities got unbooked when they knew that we were kind of coming. And on our table, we used to get celebrities coming onto our table as well. Even though we never had stuff like to drink, we used to order everything on our table. So stuff for that part wasn't correct. And the thing is that even though I was living that life then, when I used to look at my friends back then, and I used to be like, subhanAllah, like, we've got everything at the moment. They used to come in like celebrities, VIP. We used to get escorted into the VIP. Cars used to be parked. But then we used to leave, some of my friends, used to leave with vomit on the floor. They collapsed on the floor on their own vomit.
So it led to bad consequences.
Yeah, and then I used to think that, look how we came in and look how they are leaving. And these are powerful people, and they're leaving like on the floor. You have to literally drag them, across their vomit. So that really put me off.
Funnily enough, the first time I met you was in a club.
It was,
I'm not gonna lie to you. When I first met the brother, like, the way people introduced me to him as well, like, he was standing between 2-3 people, and I was like, oh yeah, do you know who that guy is? And at the time I was young. To be honest with you, I'm not gonna lie to you, I got in, I was underage, I still got into the club, but everyone was like, don't worry, there's not gonna be no trouble, no one's gonna start no trouble with you, the brothers are here, they're gonna deal with it if anything pops off. But yeah, thinking back to it, that was so many years ago.
I can't remember it, but I kind of vaguely remember it though. But